Please join me on this walk through Colonel Samuel Smith Park Drive in South Etobicoke on a warm Sunday afternoon in early October 2025. Colonel Samuel Smith Park is home to Parkland, 2 schools, the Assembly Hall, and Humber College's Lakeshore campus. Let's cross over to the east side of Colonel Samuel Smith Park Drive. The building on our left is Building C of Humber College's Lakeshore campus. It was originally built as part of the Lakeshore Psychiatric Hospital. The building that we are approaching is home to a Tim Hortons restaurant and office space for Humber College's security department. It was originally the carriage house for the Lakeshore Psychiatric Hospital. For many years, the Lakeshore Psychiatric Hospital had a cricket pitch for use by patients. The area is now a sports field used by a local Australian rules football league. The building The building on our right was originally built as a powerhouse for the Lakeshore Psychiatric Hospital. It is now run by the City of Toronto and is home to washrooms and change rooms for an outdoor skating rink. In the distance we can see the clubhouse for the Lakeshore Yacht Club and the shallow field. We are now approaching the lookout area for the North Creek Wetland. This wetland was created when the park was built in the early 1990s as a natural setting for wildlife. Let's start heading back north towards Lakeshore Boulevard West. We are approaching the south parking lot for the park, located near the Lakeshore Yacht Club. On most days this area is very quiet. Despite all the trees in the area, it is still easy to hear the Australian rules football game being played on the sports field. We are now approaching Colonel Samuel Smith Park Drive again. This road is the southern extension of Kipling Avenue below Lakeshore Boulevard West. As we come up towards Humber College's Lakeshore campus again, let's talk about the history of the buildings and the parkland. The Lakeshore Psychiatric Hospital in the New Toronto community can trace its history back to 1889, when the original building were constructed and the Mimico Asylum opened its doors in January of 1889. At first it was an extension of the asylum in downtown Toronto, now the Centre for Addiction and Mental Health, and then as its own separate entity in 1890. Dr. Joseph Workman is credited with coming up with the original idea for the site, as he felt that a less institutional approach would be more beneficial for patients. Most of the work on the building would be performed by patients to save money. The hospital was originally planned to be part of the main hospital on Queen Street, now the Centre for Addiction and Mental Health, but was spun off as a hospital in its own right. Over the years the hospital would change names several times. Starting out as the Mimico Asylum in 1889, it would change names 5 years later in 1894 to the Mimico Insane Asylum, then in 1911 to the Mimico Hospital for the Insane, in 1920 to the Ontario Hospital, Mimico, the Ontario Hospital, New Toronto, in 1934, and finally in 1964 the Lakeshore Psychiatric Hospital. Due to operating costs, repair work that was forthcoming, and changes in how society treats the mentally ill, the hospital was officially shut down in September 1979. The remaining buildings were designated a heritage site in 1988. In 1991, Humber College signed a 99-year lease on the buildings. Over a 25-year period, the college renovated the buildings, and now every building is in operation. As we pass the assembly hall, let's talk about it a bit. It was built as a multi-purpose building for religious services and recreation events for the Lakeshore Psychiatric Hospital. It was taken over by the City of Toronto in the late 1990s and reopened in 2001. It is available for rent by individuals and community groups. As we approach Lakeshore Boulevard West and finish this walk, I want to thank you for joining me on this walk.